Very strange. Strange and peculiar. So where's my bit right now? Stable. And I'm not dropping frames. Weird. No idea. Don't even ask. It's just seems to be one of those nights, I suppose. Yeah, still going strong. Okay. Let's hightail into what I wanted to do tonight, which was just fucking chill and play some Final Fantasy. This is my bitrate is like fucking 1500. That's wrong. My bitrate's 3700. Ugh. Let's just pretend that everything's fine. It hasn't dropped a single frame yet, so I can only assume that everything is hunky dory. Whoops. Hey, got my viewer back. I'm assuming it's blue. Oh shit. There's a queue, Twitch chat. But that's okay. We'll live. We'll survive. So what's happening to his chat? Oh fuck, there we go. Oh no. It's rectified itself. Technical issues. Holy fuck. It was just as it was trying to sort of think about logging me into the server. Dropped a frame. Well, it dropped 105 frames. Which is what, 2 seconds? I'm streaming at 60 frames per second, so. Alright, I did the thing. I had to go buy a fuck ton of new gear just to do this latest instance. Let us return to Limsa. Sure. Do I even have the money to get back there? Of course I do. But I started today with 800,000 gil. I don't have a lot of gil, but I started today with 800,000 gil, and I spent 500 of that on gear just so I could do the the latest instance. Because my gear level was too low. Too fucking low. Yeah. Going this way. I just want to get to Endwalker content. Actually, just start doing some new stuff. Well, doing some new instances, which will give me enough experience to get up to level 90. I'm almost there. 87. Pretty close. Okay. What the fuck was that thing? Giant purple squid person. My friends, what brings you here to this day? Yeah, we're just trying to cure the, what is it called? Tempering. That's it. By the Navigator. How cool would that be to have a deity called the Navigator as your god? Oh, excuse me. We have done it, and here in Limsa as well. Blah blah blah. Advance the cause, advance peace. even to speak thus divides us. Welcome as it is, cure will not guarantee reconciliation between our peoples, for though summoning and tempered have served to fuel the conflict, they are but symptoms of it. Yeah, so let's just go and fucking kill the bad guys then. We want to resolve the primal problem once and for all. We must address the cause, obviously being primals. You are a weird being. Since our ancestors came to these shores, some 7 centuries past, we Lomsians? I don't know. Save for a brief moment of cooperation with the kobolds, our history has been one of nigh constant territorial squabbling. Meanwhile, I struggle with this. That's what you are. Crab people. Oh, it's just a hat. I've seen those guys before. Possible is a word combined by the weak. I proclaim to who'd listen and then gave up. You and yours put me to shame. Since you led us to victory against the Black Wolf, you have achieved the impossible again and again and again. Of course I have. I'm basically a god. But no sooner did I reach out to our neighbors, the Vilbrand, than my own people sought to thwart me. Don't thwart her. You speak of the pirates who failed to attend the meeting. Bloody executioners would not hear of it, and their absence sent a message to the rest. Alright, well, let me become a pirate, and then I'll take them all down. I'm going to have to turn up the volume for y'all. I've tasked the Yellow Jackets and the Rogues with uncovering the motives behind the learned naught of anything valuable. Ooh. Leave it to us then. I'll get it done. Just nod in silence. Truly, I would be much obliged. Dropped a couple more, but it's... I shall look forward to hearing what you learn then. Good luck. Alright, let me get to it. Beautiful. Now, sound. System configuration, sound. That's better, right? Drop that a wee squiz on my side of things. I'm pumping out 94 frames from the game. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe I'm pushing my internet too hard. The Pilbara net. By the way, the first step, I suggest we split up and make inquiries around town. Okie dokie, let's do it. Where, let me guess, all of mine are on the upper deck. One there, one there. I suppose, so there's not a lot of backwards and forwards. Let's go to the Culinarians Guild. And for where I am right now, I could get there from the 8th ride, I'm pretty sure. The Culinarians Guild. Go. They really should let mounts be usable in town. That's what I would do in the next expansion if it were me. If I was the one running the show, spending the bucks. Hey, you. Curious about Cicada, are ya? Sadly, I know nothing of the man. Well, you're no help. In order to adapt, we Krakens have taken up trading with the East. Alright. There you go. We learned something. All I got is this bloody sprint. Which looks weird, so I take out my gunblade so that I run at least somewhat cool. It's pretty much a mirror image of the Adventurers Guild back in Uldar. To be honest, I haven't done the starting quests for someone who's originated in Limsa or Gridania. Not a Realm Reborn at least. But I still think Uldar's got a great starting quest. The missing member. Sup, pirate? It was a time where we raced the executioners for our pick of the Emperor's fleet. Siren's a struggling mind, but blah blah blah. They get the first pick of produce for their trouble. Basically, everyone's sort of got like a little setup about how they continue to make money with old mate out of the picture. Alright. Do I need to put the chat cover up? Nah. You guys don't care who's talking to me. Zilzal. Sup, Alpha 9? I see everyone has returned. Now, would you like to go first? Yeah, sure. So, just as their imperial prey began to disappear, Sigurd turned the executioner's fortunes around with mysterious new sources of income. Whatever it is, it's nothing to scoff at. According to the tavern keeper I spoke to, the crew have been indulging themselves as never before. But no amount of drink seems to loosen their tongues as to how they're coming by their coin. For my part, I spoke with a reporter from the Harbour Herald. The publication has been investigating the secret of the executioner's good fortune and making little headway. Plainly, the executioners do not wish the nature of their business to be made public. And I think I may know why. In the course of making inquiries on Hawker's Alley, an interesting fact came to light. Just as the executioners began to enjoy better fortunes, the price of crystal went into sharp decline. A sudden fall in demand, I was told. Curious, I contacted Hori Boulder, who had been watching the movements of the beast tribes, and my suspicions were proven correct. Despite ever worsening relations between the beast tribes and the thalassocracy, neither Titan nor Leviathan have made any appearance of late, suggesting that the kobolds and Sangin lack the means of which to summon them. Oh my god. Do you mean to say the executioners are divesting them of their crystals? Well, all indications point to yes. So how do we proceed? I've got an idea about that. In fact, I've already taken the liberty of making certain provisions. Cool, give me the money. Jesus Christ. During my inquiries, Hey, Azza, how you going, mate? Long time no speak. How you been? After asking around, I was able to gain an introduction. Alright, well, let's go fucking talk to him then. Where am I going? It's not anywhere nearby. Oh. It's fucking miles away. That's okay, I can fly. Yeah, it has, man. Been good, bro. How's things going up there for you? Oh, yeah, we're going all right. It's just starting to get hot now, unfortunately. But no, work's going well. Blue's doing really, really well with her studies and her work as well, I suppose. Yeah, no, things are going pretty chill, man. Things are going pretty chill. What are you playing at the moment? What's on the cards for old mate Azza? Who's this bird? Oh, the person we need to talk to. Truly in league with the blood executioners, he will surely be wary of those allied to the admiral. Well, yeah. Been playing Grounded. Ugh. I don't have the patience for games like that. Like, don't get me wrong, like, I love Minecraft. I'll play it once or twice. Fucking, and then I will set it down for a solid, I don't know, 1 to 2 years. It'd be the same with Grounded, I think. Because you're sort of really left with your own devices. It's not that there's no direction, but they try and make it as minimal direction as possible. And my ADHD brain just needs something to grip onto. Got business with me, cat boy. You're the crystal wholesaler. Suspicious. That I am, but you're no merchant. So what do you want the crystals for? I'm going to eat them. Hey, don't look at us. I wrote this game. Don't look at us, you idiot. You'll give us away. Too late. My ADHD brain. Yeah, dude. Like, honestly, I need very specific things for my brain to just bite down on and not let go. If it's wishy-washy or if I don't have any direction, fucking, it's off on doing the next thing. Ah, I see, you're a weaponsmith. Am I right? You need the crystals to make staffs like that fine specimen you got there? Yeah, that's it. For sure. That's right. I am indeed a weaponsmith. There's a bit more direction than mine. Apparently there's a story. I played Grounded in early access or whatever Xbox calls it, where it's sort of just like, in you go. And you've got like some missions and shit to do, but that's really about it. But apparently there's a story now, from what I've been told. We don't just invest in anybody. Takes time to enable trust. Well, yeah, that's understandable. I've got a large and urgent commission. Fuck. Make it obvious. If the quality is satisfactory, I will not quibble over the price. All right. It's plain that there's no ordinary crystal ordering, so I'll make an exception. Come with me. Okay. This guy's gonna fucking stab me in the stomach. Stop! No. Not very good at subterfuge. It seems to be working. No, it's definitely, almost certainly a trap. How far away are we? What? Fuck, it's ages away. Thank God for flying. Yeah, there's a man you have to get big again. Scared the fuck out of me a few times as well. With the huntsman spiders. The huntsman's always send a shiver up my spine. I don't know, it's just too real when they're that big and like all up in your face. Ugh. Ants are fine. I killed the fuck out of some ants. They went into that tunnel quietly now. We're going into the tunnel. Yeah, fuck them to the moon. The worst. But ants are fine, like the little slug things are fine. What else did I inevitably fight in that game? Yeah, Black Widows? Shit, nah. Fuck that. And there's a massive boss one as well. No thanks. I'll leave that for someone else, thank you. Poison Girl, who jumps on here quite often, is a massive Grounded fan. Massive. Often tells us about all the crazy shit that she's had to fight. No, the crystals are not unlawful. Stuff's as pure as it gets. You won't be disappointed. He obviously stole them. So what are you currently doing in Grounded? Are you building like the dream base? Prey mantises? No, thank you. Oh, actually, no, I think I'd be okay with the prey mantis. Because I was like prey mantis enemies and like Mass Effect and stuff. I think I'd be okay. Who's behind me? That's enough. Shut your gobs and turn around slowly. Do you have a gun on me or can I stab you? He's got a gun on me. Who are you? Ruggedly handsome. Yeah, what are you doing in Grounded? Are you building your dream base or are you making cool weapons? Ah, it is Sickard, acting captain of the Bloody Executioners. Don't introduce yourselves, we know who you are, scions. He knows who we are. And we also know who you've been chatting with. Got eyes and ears everywhere, see? Alright, fuck it. So we've established you ain't here to buy the crystal. The question is, what are you here for? You're bold to reveal yourself without knowing our objective, but that would explain your swift rise to power. You've spoken plainly, so I shall return the favour. We came here to learn why the Bloody Executioners oppose the Admiral's will. And we have our answer. Should Limsa Luminosa make peace with the kobolds, you would lose your source of newfound wealth. Dream base as well as the top of the yard exploring and the Black Ant Lab at the moment. I get the dream base. Everything else is gobbledygook. I'm assuming like top of the yard is like the hardest area of the game. Can I just kill these guys now? The law forbids us from attacking any vessel not flying the Imperial flag. Can't wait for the High on Life to come out as well. High on Life. One moment, please. High on Life. Oh, is this the Rick and Morty one? Yes. From Squanch Games. Yeah, totally. I've actually tried to stay away from it. I've tried to stay away from the trailers and stuff because I want to I'll probably just end up buying it no matter what the reviews say, but I'll just get it and check it out because I love Rick and Morty content and that kind of stuff. So yeah, no, I've kept away. All I know is that there's a talking knife and that your gun talks to you as well. That's pretty much all I know. But yes, also very keen. Very, very keen. It's on Game Pass. Oh, excellent. While the Maelstrom were worrying about dirting their faces red clobber, you lot stormed Ulmagaro and battered the bleeding Titan himself. Yeah, I did. I fucking killed the guy. So are you saying it's already out? Can I get it now? Or is it coming out soon? Wait, no, it's coming out soon. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Exposition. We don't want you to stop our source of income. So can I just kill you then? It's literally the easiest way to do. Soon, yeah. But yeah, that'll definitely be a day one download and play, I think. To be honest, PlayStation need to lift their game in that regard around day one releases on their equivalent of Game Pass. All right, let's go back to the Admiral. My God. I just want to get into some new content. Please. Which way are we going? I don't need to go upper decks. This way. Yes, take me to the command room. Oh, hey. Welcome back, friends. What's the news? Everything we thought could go wrong has gone wrong. So they're stealing crystals from the kobolds. That's not what I said, but okay. My thanks for solving the mystery and securing a meeting besides. Suffice it to say, I accept Sigurd's invitation and would have you join me as my guests. You mean protection. The future of this city hangs in the balance. Okay.
Look who's come crawling! Traitor!
You can shove your piece!
Unnecessary. Why?
Welcome aboard, Admiral. I'll wager you don't remember me. Sicard, acting captain of the bloody executioners, at your service.
'Twas kind of you to invite us. Now, if Captain Hillfear has a message for me, I bid you speak it.
No. I haven't played God of War yet. I want to. Definitely.
I have just the one demand. That you forget this bilge about making peace with the Beastmen.
I have finished. I finished the God of War 2018. I didn't do a New Game Plus run through, but I definitely am keen to play the new one. I loved the last one. Last game was
Ours is a
amazing.
nation of pirates. Always has been, always will be. Deny us our right to plunder, and you deny who we are.
Too bloody right! Pirates till we die!
What we want, we take!
Are you gonna play it as her?
Piracy has no place in our future.
She was like Queen Pirate.
What'd she say?
Uh-huh.
Pirates have no place. Our nation has prospered through piracy, 'tis true. Yet it is but one part of our long and storied history. Centuries ago, our ancestors led a failed rebellion and were driven from their homes with little more than the shirts on their backs. In fear of their lives, they sailed south
Don't have a PS5.
until they came to these
And I think
shores.
my OX would die.
Finding the land occupied by kobolds, however,
It does
they
look
were
bloody,
forced to
bloody
turn to
marvelous.
piracy in order to survive. And survive they did. But not so long ago, when the Empire threatened to crush everything we'd built, we set aside piracy and joined hands with our neighbors.
That's right.
This too was in order to survive.
Adapt.
And survive we did. Time after time we fought the Empire, and time after time we won. And through trade with our newfound allies, we prospered more than we ever did through pillaging and plundering. The Empire teeters on the brink of collapse. Ere long, provinces like Wurlit and Bosnia and many others will regain their freedom. When they do, our matchless fleet will lead the world in a new golden age of commerce. The tides favor us, and the ocean beckons with her vast bounty.
She's a good speaker.
But if we cling to the old ways, this great ship we call Limsa will trade the boundless seas for a lagoon. Shall we scorn the world's wealth for a plundered pittance then? Or shall we embrace change and thrive like our ancestors before us?
Damn straight.
The choice is yours. But if we are to prosper in the coming age, the whole of Vilbrand must become our ship, and a kobold and Sahagin our crewmates.
Sahagin.
Rousing words. Might even be some truth in them. But pirating's all we've ever known. And we ain't about to give it up just 'cause you say so.
Okay. Prepare to die.
Still, we're all the Mincins here and no one wants a war. So where does that leave us? Long before you became Admiral, I heard you was captain of the League of Lost Bastards.
Correct.
That true? If so, you'd know how we pirates settle our differences.
That's sweet.
A duel.
Cool.
Very well. As Admiral of Limsa Laminsa, I accept your challenge.
Are you ready for this, Admiral? You don't become the leader of a country in a fantasy game without being like one tough son of a bitch. some pissant pirates probably no match. That was cool. Neat! No fear.
This ain't over. Not till one of us is dead. Finish the job, or I will.
It's this guy. Who's this guy again? I don't know.
It's the captain.
Oh my god.
Captain Elfair.
Ye fool. 'Twas over afore it began.
Captain.
Seems the whelps have been yapping while their master was abed. Listen well.
Yeah, it doesn't look
all of
overly
you.
impressed.
Since the signing of the Galadian Accord, we all of us have been part of the same crew. The crew of the good ship Limsa Laminsa. At the helm of that ship is the Admiral. And 'tis she who decides where we sail. Was I not clear on that point? Or did you forget whose deck you stand on? Nay?
Hey.
What the seven hells are you playing at?
Not
Do we
impressed.
know, Captain? If we ain't pirates, what are we?
You're still gonna be pirates, just not plundering.
You're bloody idiots is what ye are. Idiots with your own lives ahead of ye. Ye can do anything ye want. We,
What if he wants to be a pirate?
we're pirates, aye. And we pirates love our loot. But that ain't our first love. Our first love is the sea.
Really?
The sea! And what she brings us.
Freedom.
Freedom! So hold fast to that. Let the brine-crusted husk that stands before you now be the last of them as knew naught save out of steel. And make of yourselves a new breed of pirate!
A pirate that doesn't steal?
Lad, I made ye me right hand cause I saw something in ye. And I still do. You've the makings of a captain. All you lack's the belief. Well now, it seems we're of one mind after all. Apologies for the misunderstanding, Admiral. We're with ye, wherever ye be headed.
Rather Jack Sparrow's speech. Yeah. Yeah. This
You have my thanks here.
had nowhere near as much gravitas as old Jack Sparrow. Yeah, the guy's not well. Captain!
Your choice of dueling pistol did not escape my notice. Good old Annihilate.
I haven't.
Ender of many a proud...
I have not watched the new series of Bleach. I'm very interested to watch it because I loved Bleach. Like, I was
Mistbeard's vanished
up
into
to date and reading the manga as it was coming out, and then also watching the anime.
Yeah, be that as it may.
And
Old ways can...
I don't know. I kind of felt that Bleach sort of ended, and
Stormy
it was
seas
fine that it
ahead, no
ended.
doubt. But I'm trusting ye to steer us through.
I'm interested to see which direction they take it. Is what I'm trying to say. Like similar anime, like Naruto, for example, had a pretty easy and clear place it could go. Naruto has a kid, off you pop. I don't know if you have that in Bleach. Oh, I suppose I'll say it's good, but they're teasing you with him at the moment with the screen time. Oh, as in like Ichigo isn't on screen. Are they sort of just like hinting at the return of Ichigo? Blah, blah, blah. The great ship Vibrant. Is the animation good? He's not on that much. Devastating. Ichigo was cool, but again, he wasn't my favorite character. There is like majority of the captains I found to be cooler characters than Ichigo. More explaining the war, right? Aizen as a bad guy as well didn't do too much for me, but I still loved the show. Blah blah blah. So much exposition. I probably should have read that last one. Inadvertently or not, the wording was ambiguous and we took advantage of it. Episode 5 has the head captain. As in like the fire dude. I can never remember his name. With the beard. And he basically just like takes his top off and flames go everywhere. Bloodshed followed. The bloodshed answered to bloodshed. Blah blah blah. This is not history, you understand? It is the present. Oh my god. Yamamoto. Yep. It sounds like it. Head captain, I think it was. Yeah, head captain. Head captain. He wasn't captain of District 1. He was just like head captain. And he was an absolute bam. At least in the original series. Fire everywhere. Yeah. He literally, but he always loses his top. Like he's always just like takes off the top and then flame. I don't know if the flame is held underneath his top. That's where he keeps it. Secret flame. But no, my favorite captain was the fucked up doctor dude. Shit, what was his name as well? Fuck. What is his name? Bleach captain. Not the doctor. He was like the researcher. Was it Kurotsuchi? No. It was Kurotsuchi. Yes, I knew it. I remember things. One, because he was really, really cool and he had an amazing bunkai, but two, because his voice actor, his Japanese voice actor, is amazing and runs chills up my spine to this day just thinking about it. Jesus. I believe in you. I don't know what I'm believing in. I don't know why I'm believing in her. It is settled. See to your preparations and make for Camp Overlook. Okay. That's where we're going. And I have no idea why. Alright. Get me to Camp Overlook. Which is where? Here. See, now you've gotten me all like, shit, man. I gotta go watch Bleach now. Alright. Let's do it. Holy shit, it's a kobold. Oh, it's Gabu. I need you to stay back, Gabu. I literally revived you from a coma. If you get yourself killed, I'll be pissed. What is the Admiral doing out here? This is like grunt work. Blah, blah, blah. Every Tuesday, there's a new episode on Disney+. It is on Disney+, isn't it? That's another strange decision. Why would you go for Disney+? Just flying all the way to the end. Don't even have to. I'm in. I remember fighting Garuda down here. This way. Motherfucker. I'm such a high level, these guys won't attack me anyway, so it's fine. Just keep getting pulled into shit. Uh-huh. Alright, here we go. We're gonna summon Titan. All hell's about to break loose. I'll be level synced down to 80 anyway. Let's get some fuck. I think this is the first bit of combat we've had this entire stream. Bro, they're dead.
Greetings, Patriarch. I am Merlwib Blufisvin, Admiral of Limsa Laminsa.
It's a weird name.
I come before you to offer my sincerest apologies for the many wrongs committed by my people against you and yours.
You were foolish to come here. Stupid, unwise, foolish.
Okay.
The Great Father shall have your souls for your folly.
Aye, just as we thought.
Boom.
Now, Alize! Quickly!
You don't need to tell me.
That's a pig.
Let none pass. We must grant her as much time as we can.
Fuck it, let's do it. Is my tank stance on? Yes. Fucking
We
hell.
must protect Alizé.
Alright. Oh shit. Fucking dropped. Man. I'm hitting like a tank. Just fucking die already. Nice. Hey. Go, Angelo, go. Oh, don't tell me I gotta do this like 4 times or something. Alright, let's... One person alone is not enough.
Just what we need. You're not alone.
Hey. Oh. I think he's an on. There we go. Attack me, please. Oh, fucking hell. Sorry, Alizé. Swing. Hey. Down. Alright, part 2.
Here you are, Alizé.
Have some more power. Who are these fuckers? They're heading in. Fucking nope. No, 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 no. Stopped. Ha 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 ha. What's this? Explosive chemistry.
More! I need more ether!
Alright, looks like I'm fucking... Ow. Oh shit. Don't die. Alizé, don't fucking die. No, 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 no. Help me, man. Help me. Ah, we did it.
Just a little more!
Ugh. This thing killed me last time. Fuck, what am I supposed to do? 7 hills, there's too many. Yeah, it's kind of true right now. Stand clear. Okay. No! Oh, don't do it! I fucked him up. Alizé, now's your chance. What? This fucking didn't finish the fucking job. Please lend me your Aether too. Well, okay. I mean, how? Oh wait, that's Alpha now. Sorry. Oh no. Oh, I'm so weak now. Ow! Why? Will this count? No, Admiral, don't do it. Oh shit. I got no health left. Quick, hit it with everything. Go on. Woohoo! Take that. How? Oh, thanks. Oh, fuck. You ain't got shit. Actually, okay, this thing doesn't really do any damage to me. Haha, take that. Where are ya? There you go. Boom. Oh, I'm in an event. Whatever that means. I think we did it, Twitch chat.
Yes, this will do. Here I go. Go, Angela.
Whoop whoop. Go, Angela, go. We're pretty much just removing this guy's fanatical religion. That's literally what this process is all about. How you feel? Better. You're not you when you're hungry. Eat a Snickers.
Did it work?
I mean, I hope so. After all that. Bro, you good?
What?
Yeah. The people you killed.
What is the meaning of this?
I'm sorry, but they died by your hand. You sacrificed them to summon Titan.
I wouldn't drop that kind of like level of, hey, you kind of fucked up here just after he's had his mind cleared and he's no longer a... Yeah, this kind of shit's gonna happen. Don't be hungry, thirsty. Have an oak.
Why would I do such a thing?
Because you were like brainwashed, dude. It's not your fault. They're all just like, but my guy. Yes, we needed a flying pig to do that.
A cure for the victims of the Tempered.
Gobu! Told you not to come.
Gabu, what are you doing here?
Oh my god, he's so small.
Patriarch, please listen to me. Hear, heed, listen. The Great Father we have been summoning is false. He only hurts us and those we love. For a long time, his voice filled my mind. It told me to do terrible things. Awful, unspeakable, terrible things. But I didn't give in to it. And you mustn't either.
Well, I mean, he's not anymore. He wasn't in a coma like you
Too much
were.
pain already. So please, end the suffering.
I stress that again. To clear this guy's fanatical religion from his brain, we needed a flying pig. Makes sense.
What have I done?
Unspeakable
We share
things.
this child's desire, Patriarch. An end to summoning, for it spells naught but misery for both our peoples.
How did the guy with the axe survive? Him. He was literally blown up.
For many long years, man and kobold have feuded over territory, pillaging and perishing for the earth beneath our feet. It may be said that we fought to survive, but what we have sown in blood, we have reaped in suffering, and it cannot go on. I would see us set aside the past and work together for peace.
Do it.
It was wrong of me to hurt my own in the name of the Great Father.
Not Great
Sinful,
Father.
Evil, wrong. But that doesn't mean there can be peace between us. Men cannot be trusted. The bounty of the land was to be ours, and yours the bounty of the sea. But you broke the pact. Violated, breached, broke.
Yes, we did. All right, no worries, Azza. Thanks very much for jumping in and saying hi. Really appreciate it. I hope you and yours are well. Stay safe. Have a great weekend.
None. And I do not blame you for it. In violation of the spirit, if not the letter of the pact, we took your lands for our own. The fault lies wholly with us. On behalf of all Laminsons, I offer you my humblest apology. I pray you'll find it in your heart to accept it.
Yeah, that'll be enough. Just apologize and she'll be right.
Yet I know an apology alone will not serve to make things right.
It's like she's listening to me.
We will revise the pact to leave no room for doubt. And any who violate it shall face justice, swift and certain.
No, we won't be fooled. Not again.
Please, hear me to the end. Fleeting though it was, there was a time when man and kobold abided together in harmony, in cooperation.
Why not again?
In those days, your people shared the secrets of smelting. Knowledge which allowed Limsa Laminsa to thrive. Much of what we have, we owe to the kobolds.
But
And so, for the good of all who dwell on this isle, I wish to make you an offer. We will bear your people's wares to every corner of the world, and trade them in your stead. In return, we will bring you the bounty, not only of the sea, but lands both near and far.
it's a pretty good deal.
Whatever you desire, the Navigator as my witness, you shall have it. there will be no more man and beastmen. Just the crew of the great ship that is Vilbrand. And together, we will share in the wealth of the world. If you'll only accept our hand in friendship.
Well, friends.
We want to believe you. We truly do. But we believed you before and you betrayed us. Fooled, deceived, betrayed us.
There are bad men, it's true. But there are also good ones. And the ones before you are the best of them. They were always kind to me.
Aww.
Caring, nice, kind, and I trust them with my life.
Well, we did save your life.
Before I became Admiral, I was a pirate. I stole, I fought, I stained the sea red with blood. Such is my past, and I dare not forget it, however much I might want to. That is death penalty. The pistol I used to pass judgment on my own sire when he fell thrall to Leviathan and betrayed his comrades.
Oh, shit.
It's loaded. If you were to point it at my head and pull the trigger, I would most assuredly die.
Very calculated
Though it
risk.
isn't much, my life is the single most valuable thing I possess. If it will suffice to atone for past wrongs, take it. A single bullet to annul the old pact, and my blood to write it anew.
Who would witness that?
What comes after, I entrust to this man, my second in command. I know that he will do his utmost for the happiness of all who call Vilbrand home.
Can you imagine if he just picked it up? Well, that solves that problem. He's doing it. Not really aiming at the head, though. That's like a chest shot. Yeah, higher. Higher, buddy. Surely I wouldn't let this happen. Squeeze me? What's the expression on my face? Yeah. He pulled a point break.
I do not trust you. Not yet. But Gabu does. And I will trust him.
Big way to do leadership. I don't trust you, but the guy under me does, so... yeah, let's do it.
We want you to know that we respect your faith. There's nothing wrong with giving thanks to the land which sustains you. But summoning is different. Should you hear of anyone who would attempt it, we ask that you appeal to their better judgment, or failing that, seek our aid. We're always ready to help.
Not always.
Many and more of my brethren are yet enthralled to the Great Father, just as I was. If you could free them too, I would be grateful. Appreciative, thankful, grateful.
Alright.
'Tis we who should be grateful, Patriarch. I thank you for affording us this chance.
Can I have the gun back? Thank you. Well, what a day. Yep. Once again, I saved the planet. I'm gonna go grab another drink, so I'm gonna put the old bit right back up. Okay. Okay. Let's move on to the next quest. Fuck me. Seriously.
Right. Let's return to the Rising Stones.
Oh my god.
Admiral, something strange is afoot at the floating city.
Breathe, man. What is it?
I think it's best you see for yourself. Please, come with me.
Yeah, we'll come too. And I'm just left here in the forest? Oh no. Oh my god.
What in the world is that?
Oh. What in the world is that? Here we go.
A tower.
You can see
Interesting.
it too, then?
Yeah.
I feared I was losing my wits.
Yeah, bro, you're
One
insane.
moment I was patrolling as usual, and the next it was just there.
Yes? This is she. I am. I'm looking at it. What? Understood. Send the Elder Seedseer my regards. The communications officer. It seems this isn't the only tower. They've sprung up all across Eorzea.
Oh.
Nothing more is known. only that they appear to be of Garlean construction. Our allies on the Alamegan front are on highest alert. Forgive my directness, but would you join them? They may well need the help.
Of course, Admiral. We shall make all haste.
Off to
My
Alamigo.
thanks. I will return to Limsa to weigh our response. Look for Commander Hext when you arrive in Alamigo, and may the Navigator speed you on your way.
Very interesting. It's strange and out of nowhere. Yeah, it's like way off to the side. I didn't spend a lot of time out here. Garabania. Off to the Alamegan Quarter. Lease.
Thank you for coming so soon. I'll send for Commander Aldin at once, and we can decide what to do about these infernal towers.
Roger preserves!
It can't be.
Is that fucking Bahamut?
The palace! After them!
You're here. Good.
Oh shit.
Well, well, well! To be received by such an illustrious cast! Why? Even the hero of the piece is here! I feel quite starstruck.
Is that Asahi?
His body, more like. You don't fool us.
Oh! You saw straight through it! Anyone would think you dealt with Asians before.
Just a couple of times.
Permit me to introduce myself. I am Fandani, and may I say what a pleasure it is to finally make your acquaintance. My, straight to business is it?
Always.
Suit yourself. It is my intention to recreate the final days. To which end I have distributed a collection of rather ingenious devices, or towers, which will, in time, give rise to the grandest of spectacles.
The final days? But it was the Asians who labored to prevent them.
You're quite right, though I would expect no less from one responsible for eliminating my unsundered colleagues. Honestly, the three of them were obsessed with restoring the one true world. As a sovereign individual, however, I never had much interest in such things. I mean, why bother when you're just another sundered minion? Admittedly, Elidibus was not convinced by that argument, but thanks to you, I'm finally free of his incessant nagging. Free to use my powers as I see fit, to fulfill my heart's desire. And my heart's desire is to lay this half-broken world to waste, leaving nary a fleck of dust behind!
Cool.
What? Why would you want such a thing?
Because I want wretched creatures who ask such meaningless questions to die!
Wow. Okay.
You! And you! And you! I want you all to die! And I want to die too! Oh, yes! I want to die and take everyone with me in a paroxysm of pain and suffering!
This guy's a little unhinged.
I'm different, you see, from the ancients who clung to dear life, and from you. So don't bother trying to reason with me. You will find I have no reason, or creed, or any such tripe. I just want to destroy the world. But please do resist with all your might. It will add to my enjoyment. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, keep your eyes peeled, for the curtains have risen on the spectacle to end all spectacles. We, the Telophoroi, shall be your performers and this very star our stage.
Telophoroi. Yeah, everyone get down. Oh shit. Purple flames are cool.
But I nearly forgot. I have a message for you. My esteemed patron, Lord Xenos, eagerly awaits you at the heart of the chaos. While I wish only to destroy the world, he exists solely to relive a certain, transcendent moment with you. And it is for that reason he would reduce all to ash.
Wow.
Pray see to it his dreams do not go unfulfilled. For if you should disappoint him, my trusty companion here, whom I've dubbed Lunar Bahamut, will burn your cities and everyone in.
Shit. I mean, it's not ideal.
Everyone out! My men will tend to the blaze.
I took that advice right quick, didn't I? Phew! I was out of there. Very interesting, very cool. I liked all of that. Should we learn more about the town? Be sure to share it with you. Right. We're off to the Rising Stones. That was a pretty crazy sequence. I liked it. The second call of Bahamut. How do I do the first call of Bahamut? I would love to do those fights. Yeah, I almost had my face burnt off. No sooner do we overcome one problem, another one appears. So true. Unhinged perhaps, but no fool. For all his pantomime theatrics, he gave away little about his plot. We know only that he intends to recreate the final days, and that tower will somehow facilitate this. He also called his dragon Lunar Bahamut. Let's not forget that little detail. And the creature did resemble the descriptions I've seen of the Elder Primal. That may be, but the fact is, the fact that it answered to Fandaniel would suggest that they are not one and the same entity. I think it's more probable that it is some manner of simulacrum born of Asian magics. Whatever it is, for now we can work closely with the Alliance to remain vigilant. I believe that concludes our news. What about you, Stola? Open to seeing the Sultana. Knowing how quick the immortal flames are to dispose of their tempered, I judged it be best to provide them with the cure first. Soon as sufficiently recovered, I travelled to Uldar and delivered the Porksy to her grace, along with the detailed instructions on their use. Yet my visit chanced to coincide with the arrival of some troubling tidings. The Immortal Flames have been on the cusp of agreeing to a truce with the Amage, with negotiations abruptly collapsed. Literally what we just did. The Amage claim a number of their kind have been abducted, and that men are responsible. Naught is known about the perpetrators as yet, but as the Immortal Flames went about investigating the abductions, they came upon one of Fandaniel's towers. On the subject of the towers, you may be interested to learn that they are not an exclusively Azorian phenomenon. According to the Alliance, they have been cited as a field as Anxia. Then it would seem reasonable to assume that they are everywhere. We simply have not found them. Well, as you said yourself, we can do little for now save remain vigilant. Since we're dealing with a dragon, obsessively at least, I believe it would behoove us to enlist the aid of the authority of such foes. Estinian! Now, just a moment. If he could be persuaded to lend us his lands, I'd be the first to welcome it, but the truth is we'd struggle even to find him. Guess who's going to walk through the door? We have ways of locating him. I might go to each of the city-states and educate them on how to use the Porksies. Oh, my friend, our moment of triumph did not last long. It was ever the way. The world often needs saving. Oh dear, are you not enjoying our adventure? I really could have done with the rest. And save it we shall. I, for one, do not intend to allow a nihilistic madman to take us to the grave with him. Not when the future holds such promise. Nay, I will do all of my power to protect those who I hold dear, just as you have always done. Good. Complete. Meanwhile, somewhere in the locks.
The scouts should have been back by now. I'm gonna go and find them.
No, you're not. Just one.
Oh,
Sent back as a
thank
message.
goodness for that.
He's not himself. Someone take him down.
Glory be to Garlemald!
Holy shit. Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace. He's gotten rid of most of his armor.
The piles have been driven as planned, and the first of the beasts has roared to life. Moreover, I am pleased to report that preparations are well underway for the rest. Ere long, chaos shall reign over all the land, as befits the final days.
Call it what you will, so long as my friend returns to me, fangs bared and claws sharpened. I care not.
Of course, my lord. By strange coincidence, your dear friend chanced to be present when I made my declaration. I took the liberty of informing him that you await his coming, though I confess I may have singed him a little in the process.
And why do you tell me this? Are you in such a hurry to die?
Ah, my apologies. I must guard my tongue lest it be the end of me.
This guy's fucking weird.
There is something to be said for such a glorious death. Better to fall to one who has it all than falter before an inferior. Huh. I shall keep it in mind as a contingency. For now, however, I shall proceed with the plan. My lord.
Surely Xenos isn't stronger than
I
Fan
must
Daniel.
find myself a new weapon. One worthy of our long-awaited reunion.
Jesus, he just fucking snapped it like that. Pen and sword. Now, no, I don't need to do the Bahamut fights. Onto the bridge. Good news, Cromwell, Thancred and Orion have finished their tour of Garlemald and are on their way back here as we speak. As we still haven't heard anything on the towers from the Alliance, I'm hoping they might still have shed some light on things. They're due to arrive any moment now. Let's see what they have to say. Shall we? A welcoming party. You need to have gone to the trouble. From what I hear, you've been more than busy enough as it is. Honestly, you might have waited for me to return before discovering a cure for tempting. As it is, I haven't even pretend to have been involved. Well, if it's any consolation, I myself was little more than a spectator. The lion's share of the credit goes to Alize, Graha, and this guy. Pile of fresh problems landed on our lap. Anyway, it's good to have you back, though I can't help but notice that we're one Urianger short of a scouting party. You haven't lost him, have you? Couldn't lose him if I tried, and I did try repeatedly, but no, he decided to linger in Alamingo to appraise Ruban and the others on how the land lies in Garlemald. And mayhap you would do the same for us. Indeed. It was just as Lee said, worse. In fact, devastation as far as the eye can see. Nerva and Erd, however, are notable by their absence. Might they have met their end at the hands of Xenos and Fandaniel? What a name. Perhaps, or perhaps they simply lost the will to fight. You see, the capital has been plunged into a deathly silence, with one exception, the Imperial Palace. It was a busy place before the war, but it has grown busier still, with throngs of soldiers and civilians working there day and night to rebuild, or rather transform it. Transform it into what? That is a difficult question to answer. The construction is vast and unsettling to behold, like something from a nightmare. According to Urianger, certain aspects of its design are clearly devised with the manipulation of Aether in mind. Magitech, in other words. Yet an unnerving as said edifice was, it was nothing next to the sight of its builders. They swarmed the place like so many insects, working with nary a word exchanged between them. No one overseeing construction, no one barking orders. It was all as if they were possessed or tempered. We wanted to investigate more closely, but given our suspicions, it seemed wiser not to take the risk. If Fandaniel could bind Bahamut to his will, might he have done the same to the people of Garlemald? Thanks for letting us know, dude. We'll be sure to save some of Urianger. This reminds me, I have a message from Alamigo. Ruban is hosting a meeting to discuss the latest findings of the towers, and he's requested our presence. No, I'm fine. Those towers have been on my mind since I first spied one on the way back. I'm keen to get to the bottom of this. In that case, I shall stay and begin looking for another matter. As I promised Kyrie, we need not all attend. See ya. Jeez. To the locks. I forgot. We can just fly there. Hey, it's this dude. Arenvold, that's his name. While my soul may be a year older, my body has hardly aged, as you are well aware. Right. Great orcs such as yourselves will crane your necks to meet my eye. Because they're still like teenagers. To my 20th summer that I myself outgrew my boyish proportions. Monoberta towered over me nonetheless. Wardola mostly. Did you go over a few things? Wait, does this have something to do with the towers? Yeah, I'll give you that impression. Actually, tell me later. Got a meeting to go to. I'll see you afterwards. Alright? See ya. That was weird. Why does Grahatea always have such a wide stance? It's weird. Let us be about it. Just all the world's leaders and the Scions.
Ere we begin, I would like to offer my gratitude to Masters Thancred and Urianger. Tis no small feat to infiltrate the Imperial capital and live to tell the tale, much less in times of civil war. Thanks to them, we may plot our course in full knowledge of how the winds blow in Garlemald.
Full glad are we to have been of service. But verily, such dangers as we did encounter pale into insignificance next to those faced by our comrades. An Ascian, armed with the might of Bahamut, bent on bringing about the final days.
Is that warrior Urianger?
He sought only to make a show of the power at the Teleforoi's disposal. But since then we have seen no sign of this Fandaniel or his worm. And while we've done what we can to bolster our defenses, there's no telling where he might strike next.
Whenever and wherever it may be, we must use the intervening time to learn more of our enemy. 'Twas with this in mind that we dispatched scouts to investigate the towers.
Is Lee's there? Oh yeah, no, she's fine.
Our advance party took longer than expected to return. And when they did, they tried to kill us. Luckily, I'd seen that sort of thing before, and we were able to restrain them before they did any harm. Then it was just a matter of letting the Porksies do their work.
So they were just tempered.
Are you saying they were tempered?
Once they'd come back to their senses, they told us everything they could. It seems that just as they were getting close to the tower, they heard an ear-splitting roar, and that was the last thing they remembered. But what worries me most is what they were saying right before they attacked. Glory be to Garlemald.
It's to throw you off the scent.
The Tempered have heretofore ever been thralls to primal entities. Yet these hapless souls were compelled to accept a nation as the object of their devotion. This calleth into question all that we know of the condition.
Would that the unsettling news ended there. Alas, there is more. Following the earlier reports of missing Amalja, we have learnt that other beast tribes have suffered similar losses. And we now have reason to believe that the abductions are connected to the appearance of the towers.
It's very cool they got the same voice in.
Our scouts sighted black-garbed figures leading shackled Ixal in the direction of the tower in Dravania. The Temple Knights were able to intercept them before they could reach their destination, liberating the Ixal and apprehending their captors, each of whom was found to be equipped with Garlean arms and armor.
So the Empire is the common thread.
With the support of Xenos, it seems likely that Fandaniel has rallied a faction of the splintered Garlean army to the banner of the Telophoroi.
Lord Hien reached the same conclusion when I shared our findings with Doma. The plan had been to march on Garlemald from the east and west in order to force a peace treaty. But the situation has changed. Dealing with the threat of the towers must come first. Given the nature of the enemy and the proven risk of tempering, I could think of few suitable candidates to aid in this task. But I am confident in my choice.
What?
Wasn't she, like, mental?
Resistant to primal influence as they are, they can investigate the towers without fear of being turned.
Ah.
We are glad to put our gifts to use, Commander.
They can't be tempered.
Gifted or not, going behind enemy lines remains a perilous undertaking. But we must know more if we're to strike back at our foe. I'm counting on you.
If it would give us the upper hand, I'd do it 100 times over. We won't let you down.
That concludes the briefing. You two, make ready and join your escort.
Are you certain about this, Arenvold?
I am. Come on, let's talk outside.
They're buddies. Whoa.
So you know, I've already gone through all the formalities at the Rising Stones. Made sure to inform Jamoldva and Vmar at Ralga's Reach as well.
Arenvold, I admire your enthusiasm, but this is far more dangerous than anything you have done before.
I know the risks. And I also know what's in store if we don't stop Fandaniel from carrying out his plan.
So he says.
With this power of mine, I can make a difference. If I stood idly by, I would regret it for the rest of my life.
And you, Fudola? Is this what you want?
What are you asking me for? It's not like I have any say in the matter.
It's true.
Don't pretend. We both know Commander Aldin gave you a chance to refuse. And you didn't.
So the Empire's finished, is it? But that's what they're all saying. That the great and glorious Garlemald slit its own throat. And now, from out of its twitching carcass crawls the Telophoroi with bloody Xenos at its head! I fought for Garlemald. Killed for Garlemald. What was I part of? I need to know. Whatever it is, I need to...
Very well. If your hearts are set on this, I shall not stand in your way.
He's like 50 times your size.
If you've finished with your touching display of camaraderie, I have a question. Which tower are you planning to investigate, exactly?
Well, the one in Girabani is said to be tightly guarded. It's patrol after patrol out there, apparently. We'd be spotted before we got anywhere near it. Which is why we've set our sights on the one in Pagalthan instead. There shouldn't be anything like as many Imperials to worry about down there.
Even so, I doubt the local Amalja will look kindly on it if they catch you sneaking around in their territory.
Fordola and I had a chance to learn the lie of the land in our previous forays there. We might still find trouble, but at least we won't lose our way. Well,
definitely Ardbert's voice as well.
Any longer.
Yeah, that's Ardbert's voice.
Mayhap when all of this is over, we could take another trip to Loxeld. I would have you know I've become a rather capable swimmer since our last visit.
Ha! I'll believe that when I see it. Though, to be fair, getting into deep water does seem to be a scion's lot in life. Take care, Ray. It means a lot, you know. You coming with me.
I'll still owe you for saving my skin, don't I? Can't return the favour if I'm not there.
I dare say you'll get your chance before long. That Fandaniel sounds like a tricky customer. Too much for the likes of me, anyway. But we both know I'd just be another soldier if it weren't for my gift. And I need to be a damn sight more than that given what's coming. I realise I can't hold a candle to a hero like the Warrior of Light, or Alphino for that matter. He might look like he's 12, but he's seen more action than most people see in a lifetime. No, the fact is I'm nothing like them, and maybe I never will be. But I'll be damned if I don't try.
Right.
They're counting on me. On us. So let's give it our all.
He does not want for conviction, that much is certain. So let us have faith in him. Him and Fordola both. While they see to the towers, I would attend to another task. Chasing down this lunar Bahamut.
Ah, bloody thing. Can you hear me? It's Tataru. I'm happy to say we've managed to find Estinian. And I'm sorry to say he went running off again the moment we told him about Bahamut. But He did mutter something about heading to Ishgard, so if you're quick, you might still be able to catch him.
Off to Ishgard then.
Even if we set out this instant, he may already have left by the time we arrive. Have her send the Bonanza to Ishgard. It may prove useful should we need to give chase.
Gladly. I'll see to it as soon as Kryl and I get back to the Rising Stones. Good luck.
While you go off on your dragoon hunt, Urianger and I will return to headquarters. We have much to tell the others.
I wish you every success in your search for our elusive friend. May we all meet again ere long.
Well, that's the end of it. Oh my god. Let's see. Bahamut quest. Quest giver is Urianger. But where? He's only 29. I need... Yeah, the Binding Coil of Bahamut turn 1. That's what I want to do. Level 50. Ugh. They all come from Urianger, but like, where? Location. That's what. The Walking Sands. Waking Sands. No. So if I go to Mornin and Revenant's Toll, six and 4.9. That's the Rising Stones. No, the Waking Sands is somewhere else. Stanley, from memory. Horizon. Vesper Bay, Chocobo Key. The Waking Sands. There. Okay. Let's go to Horizon. Just spending money for the sake of spending money. I remember running through here a lot, doing leave quests. Then you come out this side. Down into the waking sands we go. Now, apparently, Urianger is Wigson. Primal nature. Look at all these. Urianger was speaking regarding the unidentified primal. Three primals have since been vanquished. Each returned the aether towards observe the tremors. As we pondered the course of action, a benevolent soul did arise, one who forestalled the threat. As she be tender in years, she is true of heart, steadfast of resolve. She would solicit thine aid, if thou would be willing to proffer it. Lest thou wonder, this maiden is of our order. Thus did antecedent straightways consent that thou should assist her however thee must. As soon as thou is able. It's a Wineport. Off to Wineport, apparently. Oh, Alize. Alize in her old gear. It's been a while, adventurer. As I recall, my brother Alphino took the liberty of introducing us when we first and last we met. But for the sake of prosperity, Alize Louvier, I thank you for coming. Wow! This is where we first meet? There's so much more about your exploits. By your hand, the Black Wolf is slain and his ultimate weapon destroyed. You possess a great strength and courage, that much is plain. I shall have need one such as you if I am able to mission through to its conclusion. As you may be aware, the violence and Dalaman's fall changed not only the face of the realm, but the base of the realm. Specifically, it played havoc with the etheric currents, creating vast confluences of aether below the surface. Among other phenomena, this led to the formation of subterranean caverns at points of stress. One such cavern lies beneath the castrum Obsidians, so only gods know where. Despite appearances, Castrum Obsidians is as much a research facility as it is a fortress. Gaius Van Belsar chose the site for no other reason. Gaius Van Belsar. Usually, I've recorded the same pattern during the recent celebrations. Similar to the Calamity, 5 years ago my grandfather invoked the power of the 12 that he might contain Bahamut. Alas, his efforts failed, and he vanished, together with his foe. I would know the truth of what transpired that day, of grandfather's fate, and of the metamorphosis that swept across the land. In casting light upon these mysteries, find a way to cure what ails this world. Okay. Okay. Where am I in comparison? Not far off. Oops. Oh. Cool. Let's quickly do one. Duties, duty finder. What have we got here? Raids. A Realm Reborn. And we're going to do this unrestricted. You're not going to join. These are all locked. 3 parties of 1 tank, 2 healers, 5 DPS. Sounds pretty cool. Alright, turn 1, off we go. Let's do the first turn. All right. Where's my bitrate gone to shit again? Meteor to use the Gallian name to serve the celestial positions. Oh, okay. Right, so like Bahamut is in a fucking tomb down here. My internet is going wild. Same shoes. Alright. That hit me for 10k. And I'm fine. So let's go back to normal. That's weird. Maybe it was just the cutscenes or something? Doesn't like cutscenes? Is that his wing? Instead of resuming the destruction, it began Bahamut vanished. With the two, no one knew until this day. Yeah, it just fucking, it doesn't like cutscenes. Must press on to learn the truth. No. There's not a lot of in the way of enemies and stuff down here. Dead. I thought these were like trials, but they're obviously not. They're more like instances. Confusing as fuck. Where the fuck do I go? Seems like we're getting closer to the wing. Seems to be what it wants to do. Oh. Is this the first boss? We did it. Ah, yes. Elegant Ether Stone. Forget headgear, Fukia. Level 50 rings. Yeah, just a whole bunch of rings. Well, that was kind of cool. So they're all in there. I can go all the way up to turn 5. Turn 2, 3, 4, and 5. Alliance raids seem cool. I don't have any alliance raids. Nice. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna hit exit there. And we're gonna go to intermission here. Alright. What a chill and enjoyable evening. I think I'll leave it there. Thanks very much for watching. Have an amazing evening, and we will catch you on the next one. It is ciao for now.